So today is Friday, August 8th, 8/8. This is known as the Lionsgate portal. And if you're here strictly for like, tell me how to lose weight, Elizabeth, maybe this video isn't for you, but if you're open to some, open-minded, maybe a little spiritual woo-woo, this might be exactly what you need. And it could indeed help you with your weight loss, your dream body, and anything else that you want. And it's really just a matter of, are you open to this? So, I'm a big believer in the woo-woo and the practical. I know that my content as well as my life is a mix of both. But I truly believe that the energy that we put into something is as like the action is just as important as the action itself. So 8/8, the Lionsgate portal. You'll hear a lot of people on Instagram or TikTok, or wherever you're hanging out these days, or even here on YouTube, saying that it is the luckiest day of the year. Well, I believe that any day can be the luckiest day of the year if we decide that. You've probably heard of lucky girl syndrome, and it works for guys too, but the more you believe that you're lucky, the more you're going to see evidence of this. And that's just it's very simple science. It's our RAS, reticulated activating system. I am definitely a little tired today from my New York trip. But anyway, I still like to harness the energy of this day. And it doesn't need to be this day specifically. It's a period. The Lionsgate energy is around starting in late July up until around August 12th. So it's a combination of two things. 8/8 is kind of a numerology thing. This August 8th, 8 is the number of abundance, financial abundance, all kinds of abundance. When it's on its side, it's the infinity symbol, which to me means life is limitless. So 8/8 is special. I look at this time of year as being very special. It's lush and abundant. When I start to hear the cicadas, I actually just could hear them right now. My screen door is open. Um, to me, that's like this lush, abundant, very fertile time of year. Also, my birthday is next week. So for me as a Leo, this is my favorite time, and this is my new year. I'm starting a new year of my life, turning 59 next week. So this time has always been special to me. But the other, like Lionsgate, is also has to do with some things going on in the cosmos, specifically the way the sun is aligned with the star Sirius. Don't ask me to explain that to you perfectly because I don't know. But to me, like, just to know that this is a special time is enough. So here's here are some ideas I that you can use today if you're seeing this video today, or really anytime you choose. But this is all about, what do you desire? What is your dream life? And I teach a lot about this in my class, Elevate, my digital course, Elevate with Elizabeth, which I have not talked about in months, but it's really good. Drop a link in the caption. It's $35. It will literally help you create a new life for yourself. It shares like a 5-step process that I've used over and over. But anyway, part of that process is becoming clear on what you want. Not just, I want to lose 10 pounds, I want this much money in my bank account, I want this car. Like, okay, great. What does that feel like? And what do you really want? Sometimes we say we want things because those are things everybody wants. We see them on social media or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But is that what you really want? How do you want to feel? Like, losing the weight, it's more about the number. It's not just the number on the scale. That is one measurement. How do you feel when you lose that weight? Stronger, more confident? Are you wearing different clothes? Are you carrying yourself differently? Wearing that cute bikini on vacation? Like, what is it? So, do you have more energy are you doing more new things that maybe you didn't have the energy to do before? It's all about that. So, getting clear on what you really want. It could be one main goal, several. You could be picturing a whole life, but really getting clear on what that is. And it's great to write it down. I have some big goals. There's three that have been my goals for years and they're ongoing. It's about being in the best shape of my life. It's about my business being abundant and supporting me with more and more passive income. It's about the relationships that I want in my life, not just romantic, the friends, all of those, how do I desire my relationships to look and feel? So, and then along with that, there's always some shorter term goals, but they fit into that big picture. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Um, so some things that you can do are something that I found very helpful is picturing what an ideal life looks like an ideal day looks like in your life. Not necessarily a day on vacation or just what does your day-to-day life look like in your dream reality? Like, where are you? Who's with you? What are you wearing? What are you doing? How are you speaking? How are you carrying yourself? Like really tapping into that. Look at this without limits. Don't think, how would I get that? Oh, that could never happen. Just what would I desire? And you don't need to know the entire how. But as you start getting clear on what you want, and you stop overthinking, but you're going to start to get inspired to at least take some steps. And so another thing that you could do, another idea, I did this 2 years ago, and I'm going to do it again, and it was really powerful. Last year I didn't feel called to do this, so I didn't. I'm not going to force myself to do something like this, but it's feeling good to me again. And that is to write a letter to yourself from the future. So I am today writing a letter to myself dated August 8th, 2026. So looking 1 year into the future and looking back and saying, like, you did it, Elizabeth. Here are the things that took place. And here's where you are now. So I did that 2 years ago. I wrote it out in pen and paper, and it was like two-sided, tiny writing. And it was interesting how once I started, the things that dropped in there that I wasn't even necessarily thinking about. And I read that letter to myself every day. Now, I'm not going to say every single thing came true. Some of the things that I was wishing for and wanting, I truly wasn't ready for. Some of them I'm still, it's like we need to be a match for our desires, vibrational match. But so many opportunities did open up. Things came up that I had never thought of that supported some of those goals. I absolutely have reached a number of the things that were on that in that letter. So this year I'm doing it again. This year I'm typing it up on my laptop. I just feel like that will be faster and easier. Last time honestly, my hand got tired. I wrote so much. And then it's also a little bit easier to go in over the next few days and add to this, which when I wrote it, then I was adding these little arrows and things. But anyway, again, the luckiest day of the year is any day you decide it to be. The luckiest day of the year gets to be every single day for you when that's what you decide. But if you'd like to take advantage of this Lionsgate energy, I just wanted to share some of these ideas. Thank you so much for being here. Drop any questions or feedback in the comments. I will absolutely put a link to my digital course, Elevate with Elizabeth, that I haven't talked about in months, but it's really good, $35. And it's amazing. It's probably the thing that I've created that I'm the most proud of. So anyway, thank you so much for being here, and I'll be back again soon.